Hello everyone, welcome to JS Gigs and my name is Deepak. Here in this tutorial I'm going to be talking about bootstrapping the application and how really Bootstrap works under the hood. So before I begin, I would want to open the main.ts file and I also want to open angular.json. Right, I would want to compare both of these files together and we'll try to explain how the linkage happens between the angular.json and main.ts. If you look closely over here, you may realize that at line number 22, browser it says src/main.ts and index it says src/index.html. Index.html and main.ts are two files which are basically the starting point of your application. And why main.ts and what is the difference between main.ts and app.ts, which is also said to be the start point. So main.ts file essentially loads in your browser as soon as you open your application, and this is the one which loads the Angular application or which bootstraps the Angular application, right? And how does it work really? So what happens is that the moment you bootstrap Angular application, all its components and its dependencies are also loaded, right? So you can see over here that the Bootstrap application is basically a function of Angular platform browser. So let me just quickly take you there. So if you read about the index.d.ts file of a Bootstrap application, you would also realize that it accepts some of the configuration in the form of option, which is also not a mandatory property to start with, and it also expects you to write root component. So normally it's a good practice for Angular developers that I keep highlighting is that, let's say if you are doing anything, and then it's always a good practice to click on it and read their respective index.d.ts file or the definition file, as they say, because once you read their definition file, you would know that what it accepts and how it works. So if you look at line number 100, it says that the root component is a reference to standalone component that should be rendered. Please note that it says standalone component. Right, so it doesn't really say a module, it doesn't really say a normal component, it specifically says standalone. So meaning Bootstrap application is a function to load your application and to load your application, which is also a standalone application per se. Right, now if you look here, it says type unknown, and then if you further the second option, which is also said to be an optional options, it says the extra configuration for the Bootstrap operation, see application config for additional info. So how do I see this? So let me just quickly click on the application config and try to open the application config based index.ts file, right? Which tells you to provide an application config. And this application config has, if you look here, so application config is an interface. It expects you to provide a providers array, which is of type array. And the array has to be either a type of a provider or the environment provider. So what is provider? Provider is, again, it's, as I said, that it is much to do with the TypeScript generics, and I'm assuming that all of you who are listening to this tutorial are aware of TypeScript and generics. If not, please do write down in the comment section below, and then probably I'll try to cover it in a different tutorial. But I just want to but I assume that you all are aware what providers, what generics are in an application, and providers essentially is one of those. So let me look at the provider first. So provider is of type provider, value provider, class provider, constructor provider, existing provider, and factory provider, or anything which comes as an array. That's one. Second thing is, you may also notice that the environment provider. So environment provider is encapsulated. If you can just read the description of it, encapsulated provider is the only accepted during creation of an environmental injector. Using this wrapper, type prevents provider which are only designed to work in application environment injector from being accidentally included in component provider and ended up in a component injector, right? So this is all about provider and application provider. Now again, let me take you back to the Bootstrap application. So we have understood about the Bootstrap application function per se, and then it expects you to write down the app component and also the app config. So app config is something which you have already seen. App component is nothing but the root component of yours. So whenever you are defining an Angular application, so let me open index.html, which I had also opened So here you see at line number 11, it says app-root, right? So app-root is basically a component where your Angular application is bootstrapped and attached to. So it is also defined between the body, and please also note that we are only defining one app root here, right? So which means we can load that there only has to be one root, so all the parent, all the children, or all the component in your application would eventually be mapped to app-root component, right? And then app-root component is given here. It's like this, right? There is another thing you may notice that a while ago we said that Bootstrap application, the app component has to be a standalone component, but if you look at here, you may notice that the app component does not really have the standalone property. All right, so now you can see that this is basically a standalone component. Is just that the standalone property is not really required anymore from Angular 19 onwards. However, if you look at the older code base of Angular, you may realize that all the applications which were built until Angular 18 had standalone property required to be set as true in order to make them a standalone component. There's another thing that you may notice that this time around you don't find any module available up here. If you open the app folder, right away you would see the app component SCSS, app component TS, app config, and app routes. However, you don't see the app module per se, right? So this is because of the reason that Angular 19 is by default or by design as a component first, right? You can design all your component, you can segregate your component without having to write module, and then you can import in one another just the way other frameworks work, and Angular would work in exactly the same manner, right? So I believe it is clear to all of you. And also notice that here instead of having imports directly given at the module level, now it is given in the component level. So you have selector, you have imports, you have template URL, you have styles URL, and whatnot, right? This is all available right here, and then that's something which you can make use of, right? And then imports essentially import all the modules and other components directly inside it, something which is required for app component to function properly, and that's what you would see. And then we will deep dive into all the component styles, and we'll try to create more such components in future. But I think this scope of this particular tutorial is only focused on bootstrapping the application, and something that we have already learned. If you want to know more, please stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell icon in case if I post a new video you would be notified. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening and all that while, and I'm going to be seeing you in the next tutorial where I'll explain more about how the Angular works, and we'll start covering the basics of Angular, and eventually we'll reach to the place where we'll start creating a dashboard in Angular. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and I'm going to be seeing you in the next one.